Okay, so what if I told you that the universe has already drawn a map to your heart? Like a personal celestial GPS that points directly to the places on Earth where you're most likely to find love. Well, today we're going to decode that map. We're kicking things off with this quote from our guide on this quest, Zoran, because it really reminds us what we're all searching for. It's not just about a location, it's about a connection, a treasure that's way, way greater than gold. And your personal map? That's the key to finding it. Now, this map is technically called astrocartography, but for our purposes, let's just call it the geometry of the heart. It charts these planetary lines all across the globe that are super active for you. And believe me, some of these lines are powerful, powerful magnets for partnership. So, how do we even begin to read this thing? Well, we start by looking for the primary pathways to love. These are hands down the most important lines on your entire map when it comes to attracting a partner. Your main love line is called the descendant, or the DC angle, and you can think of it as a cosmic casting call for your perfect partner. The planet that's sitting on this line, it literally describes the exact type of person you're going to attract in that location. Their whole personality will embody that planet's unique energy. So let's break down who might show up to that casting call. If you're near your Venus DC line, you attract the ideal mate, charming, affectionate, really the best line for a loving commitment. A Mars DC line, on the other hand, brings in the passionate partner, super high energy, but you gotta be ready for some fireworks. Now, your Jupiter DC line attracts the lucky partner, someone who really helps you grow and expand your world. But be a little cautious with Pluto's karmic partner. That's more about intense soul-level transformation in an easy romance. And finally, the Moon DC line. This one attracts the soulmate partner, a connection that just feels like coming home. But here's the thing. Finding love isn't just about picking a spot on the map and waiting. No way. To really make this work, you have to use the entire map. And Zoran gives us 4 sacred rules for navigating this quest wisely. And these aren't just, suggestions. They're the keys to consciously creating your destiny. So let's get right into the first one. First up, and this one is fundamental, is the rule of attraction. Think of it as a profound principle of cosmic mirroring. Simply put, you attract what you are. Okay, here's how this works. Your map has 2 key lines that are total opposites. The ascendant, or AC, which represents you, your personality, your vibe. Then there's the descendant, DC, which represents your partner. To attract the right partner, you have to embody the right self. So let's take that example. If you want that charming, wonderful Venus partner, you first need to cultivate your own charm and magnetism by spending time on your Venus AC line. You literally have to become the energy you want to attract. Rule number 2 is all about what happens after you've met. This is the rule of shared goals, and it governs your life as a couple out in the big wide world. This is where the midheaven, or MC axis, comes into play. That's the line that dictates your public reputation and your career. For that real power couple vibe, you want to find locations where your partner's love lines cross your career lines. And here's a pro tip for you. If you're thinking of launching a business together, find a spot where you both have a strong Jupiter MC line. That's how you maximize your shared fortune. Okay, rule 3 brings us right back home. This is the rule of emotional roots, and it's all about building a stable, secure foundation for your life together. For this, we look to the Imum Coeli, or the IC axis. That's the part of your map that rules your home and your family. See, you might meet a partner on some flashy, exciting DC line, but you build a life with them on a stable IC line. The absolute best spot for that domestic bliss is a strong Moon IC line. You can think of it as the ultimate cosmic anchor for your relationship. And that brings us to the final and honestly the most powerful rule, the rule of synthesis. This is where we combine all these different energies to find the ultimate treasure. So what is the grand prize here? Where's the X that marks the spot on this whole cosmic map? Well, according to Zoran, there is one specific combination that stands head and shoulders above all the others for lasting love.
And here it is. The absolute gold standard for marriage is a location where your Moon DC line and your Venus DC line cross. This is called a conjunction, and let me tell you, it's incredibly potent. So why is this combo so powerful? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Venus brings the romance, the harmony, the beauty, all that good stuff. And the Moon brings the nurturing, the emotional security, that deep feeling of home. When you put them together in one location, you get the absolute best of both worlds. It is the perfect recipe for a happy, secure, and long-lasting partnership.
Now, all this theory's great, but how do you actually put this into practice? Well, don't worry. Zoran provides a flight plan to get your own adventures started. Okay, first up, intentional attraction. You can plan what's called a vision trip, a short, focused 2 to 4 week journey to your best love line, like Venus or Jupiter DC. But you have to go with the clear intention of meeting someone. Or, a little modern trick for you, just change your online dating profile's location to one of these hotspots. Second, let's talk long-term health. You gotta use your line strategically. Your Venus DC line is perfect for romantic getaways. And crucially, avoid starting a marriage near a Mars or Pluto line unless you're truly prepared for constant conflict or some serious intensity. So, the map is in your hands. The pathways are laid out all across the globe, just waiting for you. The only question left is the one right here on the screen. Where will the geometry of your map lead you? The adventure is yours to begin.